Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned into your favorite podcast, Featured. And I'm your host with the most, Kush Tucker, with my fellow co-host,
Mike L. Peace and love.
And today's very special guest is Sin Soul. How you doing today?
Sin Soul. Yeah, hey, how y'all doing?
We can do that one more time. Sin Soul.
Sin Soul.
I like that.
You know what I mean? We in this thing.
Yep.
Today, Sin Soul is promoting her new single, He's Sleeping Alone, along with her handcrafted, beautiful incense. Log in now. So what we first gonna get into is this great music.
I just wanna say, I just wanna call you, call on you. I just wanna say, I just wanna tell you. I hate sleeping without you. Wake up, still dreaming about you. Pinch me, wake me, and never coming home. Oh, nightmares come true. You live without me. Keep faith, can't fake. Hope you're happy. Even without you, my heart's still your home. Oh, first week without you was way to my knees. Couldn't need a sleep, had me feeling so weak. Had to walk around like it didn't hurt me. My whole soul went to surgery. No chance regaining my sanity. I felt the change come from inside of me. And even when you're gone, I still love you so deep. Even when I sleep, I still feel you near me. And you know I hate sleeping alone, but I can't just call your phone. So I gotta let this go. But I hate sleeping alone without you. House and a home, bed getting cold without you. Can't back a bone, go to the fuel without you. Smoking alone, feeling a void.
And y'all want to hear the rest? Y'all gotta go download that ASAP. Stop playing with Sin Soul. Where can they get that at?
Everywhere. Oh shit, look. That's business. That's all my alarms. They can get it everywhere. Available on all streaming platforms on September 1st.
Ooh, for
Oh,
sure.
nice.
So
Nice.
it's
That's
coming
coming
out.
right out. Oh, that's nice.
Y'all be on the lookout for that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited too. It reminds me of like it got that early 2000s vibe.
Good. You know, I don't know what.
Like we ain't hearing enough like love music no more.
Yeah, for real.
That's me. That's what I feel like. I need more love music. I'm like a hopeless romantic.
Yeah,
So
I feel
love
like
making
women and men in the game rapping too much just about
Sex.
money,
Yeah. Straight
sex.
to it.
Yeah, it's so boring. It's so unoriginal at
Yeah.
You
this
ain't
point.
never lied.
I'm like,
never
dang,
lied.
where
She
the
said
love
that
is
original.
at? You know,
Yeah, for
like,
real.
Yeah, holla back where the lovers at.
Please let me know. I need somebody that's hopeless romantic as I am. I miss people being like, opening my doors. I need my flowers. I like all of that. I like all the corny stuff. And people say it's corny.
No, I don't think it's
Nah, I
corny.
don't think it's corny.
It lasted it's lasted longer than what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been around way longer.
This has been around way longer than what's going on.
But I grew up on the begging music. Like, I need you back. Come
Yeah,
back.
totally.
I miss you. You know, like, I'm about to die, Mary J. Like, I need my man type. I grew up on all of that. So to me, that's love. Like, I'm so uninterested with the quick stuff. That's just not me in my real life. And I write authentically, like things that I actually feel. And I always feel like I need love. I need more love, or I want to be in love. I love that feeling. So that's why I like to sing.
Nah, love is a great drug.
And you know yourself.
Great feeling.
You know yourself. No, that's good. That's good.
I was always like, people tell me you need to wear your heart on your sleeve. That's like a bad thing. And in a way it is, because you got to learn some boundaries for yourself. But I'm learning that through my music, actually. Sometimes I'll be writing stuff in advance and it happened. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
I just broke my own lesson in,
For sure. That's,
yeah,
that's
and
deep.
it-
I never heard
I
nobody tell me
ain't gonna
that.
lie. I don't want to pretend I understand. Please explain further.
I be like sometimes like when I'm in like a rut, like as far as writing, because I write every day. That's a practice that I picked up on some of the greatest writers in the game, right? Just to write every day. It doesn't have to be a full song or anything. So I just write what I feel or energetically what's pushing me. Like 'cause I don't have nothing going on, so I feel like I gotta make stuff up. And then I sing the song, I get attached to it. I'm singing it every day, and it happens, right? So it's a little unfortunate. Like, I have a song on Cloud 6 called Undercover Lovers. Which is like, I don't like the like the sneaky link, entanglement type relationships. But I wrote a song about it, even though I wasn't a part of it, and found myself in one. I was just like,
You manifest.
like, why would you manifest that for yourself?
But that's what people not realizing. Like, big music is manifestation for sure.
Music is so powerful. I say that all the time. It's
That's like-
so powerful.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm still stuck on the fact that she wrote a song and manifested. This might
the whole
be
situation.
The whole situation
But
might
like,
be even
you might
deeper.
be a more powerful manifester.
Yeah, that's
than
what I'm
most
getting
people,
at.
because everybody can't see the results that fast.
And I was just talking to my friends about that because I feel like I am, and they call me a witch, and I take it. I take it all.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
You got white witches and you got dark
We've
witches.
been conditioned to think that
It's a
witches
bad
are bad.
thing.
Correct.
Exactly. So I take it. But for the most part, I never believe in settling, and so when I say I'm going to do something, that's what I'm going to do. And for me, I'm like, I'm just not giving myself no choice, but I really do speak it into existence. Like I've been saying since I was in elementary school, I'm going to be a billionaire. I don't got a million yet, but I know I'm going to be a billionaire because I said it so much, and I believe it in my heart that that's just where I'm going to be at in my life. So there's certain things that I manifest. I definitely believe I'm a manifester, but I do it through my music, because as a child, I didn't really talk. Like I was shy.
Well, like I told him, I was like, money's energy. So like when you trying to manifest something like that, it's gonna come, cause you know it's gonna come. But it's such a big wave of energy. It's a lot of stuff that life is gonna put you through to build you up to get you ready to hold that billion.
And
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
It's gonna test
Yeah,
you,
definitely.
You gonna get
No,
tested
definitely.
a whole lot of tests before you even touch that billion. So
Absolutely.
when that building land in your lap, you gonna be like, ooh yeah.
I want to know how to do it, like handle it,
No, that's real because it's a lot of energy.
Yes,
that's a
it
lot
is.
of energy.
And that's
in
why
that
it's gonna
$1
take
billion.
a while for it to come and smash down on
But
you.
I'm ready for it. Like I know now I got to work on my. I have impulse control. I will pay for anything. I'll pay for experience. But I know I. Can
But you
work
know
on
it
that.
costs a fee to see. So if you
That's
paying
how
for
I feel.
experience, nah.
Yeah.
And
Don't
so-
ever feel bad for
Nah,
that.
because first of all, you're an artist. You're a businesswoman. So you might be in another realm where you have to have this new thing happen. You have to have that new experience, or how do you once again have new things to write about,
Yep.
new things that build you up, and sometimes you as the creative might be around, and I don't want to say regular people are bad, but they don't do anything creative on the side. So then for them, it's just strictly 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily need another level of motivation or interest or things that, that kind of say, oh, okay, I'm glad I did that. Even though it might have cost $1,000. Someone might say, well, why would you spend $1,000 on $1? Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's how I think. But I think because my mom's in banking, she's just like, girl, stop spending your money. You ain't gonna have no money.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, but I want to go to Doc Waller and I want to get all these stuff. I don't know. I just like doing certain things for myself and having a good time, and I don't go outside like that. So when I do go outside, it's gonna be I'm outside. I'm gonna really
gonna make it
explore.
worth your while.
I'm gonna make it worth my while and everyone else's while who's around me.
Yeah.
I like
feel you
spending on other
spread the
people.
joy.
Yeah, that's my problem too. Like I would give some money to people here, give people money here. Like let's all have a good time. We all finna eat, Wagyu for everybody. It's like chill.
And what sign are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Well, Capricorns always touch money.
Yeah.
All my Capricorn friends always touch money.
Yeah, that's never been a problem. I can touch it. Can I keep it? That's mine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because they touch money, I believe they're more giving with it.
Yeah. Like it's more like nothing on an emotional level to y'all. See.
Yeah, it's not because material things don't really matter to me. Like at the end of the day, like I'm an only child, right? So for a long time, I had to be in my own mind, entertain myself.
Correct.
And material things didn't really matter until I have like friends where that's the
Outside perspective.
the outside perspective. Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, well, yeah, I'll get this for you
Yeah.
because I never came from a place where I needed anything.
I got you.
You
Like,
know,
I ain't gonna lie, like I didn't know FUBU was boo boo. In middle school, like I was like, cause I just grew up like you'd be happy to have some clothes on your back.
Yeah.
And then you say the outside perspectives, you go somewhere else and friends, you like, oh, why you wearing? What are those? What's
Yeah,
those
and
shoes?
I'm just like, damn, something wrong with these? Like, I like these.
Yeah, like, I like these. Like, me and my mama picked these out together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, dang, what's wrong with my Mary Jane's? Like,
Yeah, totally.
But that's why I've gone like I had to cut out a lot of people who weren't like you said, didn't have a creative mind because I think that's really important because that's how you become stagnant.
No, it is.
And
If
I
you
don't
ain't
want
around
no
other
stagnant
creators,
creators.
you will get stagnation. They will drag you down, and you will become another regular person in the cog that's just comfortable with going to their 9 to 5 and
Yeah.
paying your bills and having sex and looking for like just,
Chili's on Friday,
yeah.
and then bowling.
Like get into your pattern. I don't mind patterns. Like I don't mind routines.
But a healthy pattern though.
But it has to be, and to me, it has to have with intentions. Like it can't be this pattern forever.
Yeah.
Like this pattern has to evolve at some
Nah,
point.
totally. Nah, because
You know?
everything has to change.
It has to change, and I welcome it. Like that's why
Mm-hmm.
I'm always. I feel like that's why I go into experiences. Like I want to learn a lesson. I want to change. You know, I fight for that because I think it's important to evolve. I never want to stay the same person. Like I don't think my music is going to change. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the same person. So I want to evolve with my music, and I challenge myself in every aspect. For the first project I did, I recorded it all in my room. This is like before COVID, you know, and I did it all on my
2019,
on a
2018.
Guitar Hero mic and Garage.
Oh,
Band,
Wow.
you know?
I feel you.
But I
You was
told
making it happen.
I told myself this is going to come out December 3rd this year, and I didn't give myself no excuses.
What you
Yeah.
always say, man, if you don't set a date,
nah,
it ain't
you
real.
don't set a date, it ain't real. You got to pressure yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
I
gotta
do that
force
all the
yourself
time,
out
all the
forward, for real.
time. I'm like, because then you build that relationship of trust with yourself when you keep those deadlines.
Trust.
And, you know, and that's how people trust you too. But you got to trust yourself that you can believe in yourself, that you can accomplish these things. But if you can accomplish a simple task like on Thursdays, I'm going to take the trash out. And then on Saturday, you still looking at the trash. Like, what the hell are
Correct.
you doing? You know,
Yeah.
that's a routine, that's a pattern in your brain that it connects to, that you ain't going to keep your word. And so
Nah,
any
yeah.
date, anything I got to keep.
No, that makes sense though. That makes a lot of sense. I'm glad I just learned something new just now. I didn't realize you have to move into a certain level of, like, I guess, trust with yourself. Like, in other words, you're creating a greater relationship with yourself. I never thought about it in terms of that. Like, when you don't complete something, you're really the only person who knows.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You're
No,
really
for
the only
sure.
person that knows. So
Yeah,
you
I ain't
could
gonna
just
lie.
you could pretend it's no big deal.
Yeah, but see, that's what the mushrooms pulled me out of, because I was doing that with my life for a long time with my music and just everything, the clothing line. And I'm like, I just be like, I'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna start typing my music up on BMI tomorrow, and then never do it. And then I'm like, no, bro, what's going on? Like, cause this is something like, it's a promise you making to yourself, bro. You can't expect other people to keep promises to you or any of that shit if you can't stay down for yourself. Keep your
real.
word to yourself. Like, so don't expect that same anything from anyone else if you can't give it to yourself. And I think, like what you were saying earlier, as you build a greater level of trust with yourself, that is building a greater relationship with God.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because I feel like we are vessels of God, right?
Yeah, totally.
And so we have our own powers and our own things that we're supposed to connect and tap into. And I think with that, because you get so much doubt from the world,
Yes.
that if you don't give yourself that confidence and that trust that you in your own abilities, then nobody's going to
No one's
establish
gonna-
that for you.
Nope.
Like,
And only you can do it.
and
Yeah.
only you can do it because you know what you need to hear and you know what you need to do. People are like, I don't know where to start. Yes, you do.
Amen
like
on
you
that one.
always know where to
Amen on
start.
that one.
You do that,
Nah,
that's
you
real.
always
You already
do.
know what you want to hear. I like what you said.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
already know what you need to hear. You already know what steps you need to take.
Yeah.
It's just like you got to start believing in yourself. Like now, and I think sometimes we don't want to start at ground zero because
Nah.
we don't want people to look at us at ground zero. Like, damn,
that's
they
where
still getting it
everybody
together.
start.
That's where you got to start.
That's
like,
where everybody start.
Yeah, for real.
like that's where you got to start.
Even a
It
lot
doesn't
of white
matter.
billionaires, the white motherfuckers wasn't always rich. Feel me? Some was, but the people that you really hear about getting on, oh, that nigga started from ground zero. He started from the
Totally.
bottom. White, black, Chinese, whatever. Like, you started from ground zero.
Like Steve Jobs started in his garage. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
you got to start somewhere.
Now you got to start somewhere.
Dropped
Yeah.
out of school and started in his garage. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, same for Google.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
have to
know.
Started off
start.
in the garage.
Start off
Yeah,
Right.
you have to start somewhere, and I think it's a cultural thing. Like in our community, just sometimes we don't want to see people look at us like
Yeah.
they're trying to figure
And
it out.
because too, they just show us the end results. They don't never show you the process and the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
About like how stuff is like, how do you really get from A to Z?
Exactly.
No, talk.
They just show you Z. Every time we look on TV, they'll show you A, you just see Z.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may see why, so it seems like, oh, this is easy, I can do it.
Nah,
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't show you like, no, they've been waiting for years.
Yeah, they've been
to
working
get
this for a minute.
Yeah,
Well, you just now seeing the benefits. You seeing
totally.
the
that's why
end
everybody saw
result.
microwavable results. That's
Yeah.
just the world we live in, it's microwavable. Everybody wants it to be fast.
Yeah,
ding,
totally.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't
I
even be
have to
ready
wait
for it.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be ready for it. It would be too much. You would get the record deal and quit next week.
Yeah, because you didn't put no work
You
in.
put no work in.
Well, that's how. If you see, that's where what happens to a lot of artists. They just blow up. Like look at what's his name? That used to be what's his name? Chameleonaire or something. He was like rich boy selling that. Throw some D's on that
Yeah.
bitch. I love that song. Like, where's that nigga at now? You know what I'm saying? He's
I don't
gone.
know.
Like he's not doing music. I ain't saying he dead gone, but I'm saying like he don't exist in that realm anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no, it could be a lot. The energy of money, the energy of, I guess you call followers, fans.
Yeah.
It's a lot because now you're responsible for all of that.
yeah.
Or you feel like you are, and I think that's where I have to learn too. That's why I don't mind taking the slow steps and things like that, because I want to learn, again, comfortable with myself, where I see things and that don't make me change who I am, you know, just because I see it's available now and all I have to do is change a little part of myself just to achieve it. Like, no, I don't want to do that. If that's what it's taking, then I'm good. Or I know there's another way. There's always another way.
There's always another
It's
way.
always another way. So I'm always looking for that. Like, I just don't want to be tempted by anything, right? And I think that's the fear. I mean, because I be on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter too much, but I just don't want to be tempted by stuff, right? Like them rooms in Hollywood they be talking about. I don't want to be tempted by anything because
No. Go back to that. Go back to that. The rooms in Hollywood.
That's
please.
what, you know, the conspiracy they be talking about. I'm into conspiracy. It's like they all invite like these people to like these houses, like these big mansion parties, and every room is like something different going on.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of like a test of like, are you in it? Like, you know.
Oh, I feel you. Like one room might have drugs, one might have sex,
Yeah, it's like
S&M.
but you got to join a room
You know what I'm
basically to be a
saying?
part of the it
Another
crowd.
room might have midgets. What
Yeah.
might have slip and slides?
You know,
Another,
it's different rooms in here. You know, you got to pick. You know, but you
And
got to
here we
you got to
rub
join.
cake batter on each other.
Exactly, but you got to do something
Yeah.
to get into. You got to stay in the
Not because
house.
they need some dirt on you.
I get you because they need something to shame you.
Yeah, and I always feel like, I don't know, for certain artists, I'm just like, why ain't speaking about certain things, or why ain't moving
God
like
bless
this?
the child that ain't got like no integrity, or motherfucker that just be like, they don't feel nothing about what they do. Like, oh yeah, they got me get into that. Oh yeah, and y'all still don't own my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, I did that because I wanted to. I wanted to try that. I'm not doing it no more
that's
though.
the ruthless.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
you know, like if the system or
Yeah.
the Illuminati need a motherfucker like that, they is for some trouble.
They gonna probably kill the guy that invited him. Man, why'd you even bring him?
Like he just
Like
gonna do it anyway.
he doesn't, like he doesn't feel bad about
He
none of
liked
this stuff.
it.
Yeah, he liked it. We
He
wanted him to
liked it.
feel bad about it
Yeah,
after.
we needed shame, man.
Yeah,
No shame. Like, yeah,
we
We
need
needed
shame afterwards.
shame. We needed some shame.
him or her didn't feel nothing about it. Like, why'd you bring her? She didn't feel
I feel
nothing
you.
about
I
this.
feel you.
yeah, that's the only thing. But I mean, that's a conspiracy theory. You know, who's to say that's really?
Yeah, see, that's how I feel too. I haven't been to any events. I've been to crazy Hollywood parties, but I don't think they was like Illuminati
Yeah.
Hollywood parties. No one was making you do nothing. You could do
Yeah.
stuff if you wanted to, but that was on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it could be private parties naturally you don't know about, and naturally just cameras and people catching you
There's
doing
private
stuff.
parties everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, there's secret orgies all over town.
I feel you. This
You
is
know,
this
that
is
you
Los
wouldn't know
Angeles.
about unless you were invited
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
you
unless
know?
you're looking it up on like Eventbrite, 'cause they
You
got
know.
that type
Yeah,
of shit
they
on
do.
Eventbrite.
It's-
Unless you're
you gotta look for the
hosting
keywords. You know, you gotta look for them. But yeah, unless you do, then you'll never know. So.
Yeah.
I do believe there's probably, you know, stuff that does happen. But to me, it's just like the temptation on all levels, right? Like Illuminati is like, oh, the big, you know, scary thing. But it can be on all levels. It's just like, oh, your friend's into music too, but you're not going to invite them to the session with Beyonce because you don't want them to outshine you in that session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's evil
sucker
too.
shit,
That's
yeah.
like, that's a spirit in you too that needs to be extinguished.
Yeah, it's
you
that
know?
lollipop shit. We need to
Yeah.
take that
No,
lollipop out.
totally.
To me, that's selling your soul too, because you forgetting the plot. A lot of people get into their positions and forget the plot, what they say. Like, I'm gonna say the hood.
It's the pressure of money.
Yeah.
Money, they get too much money,
yeah.
be like, oh, you know. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with still having your cars, your mansions, your estate, whatever, because we all got dreams and we should be able to touch those.
I agree.
But don't forget the plot. Like, if you're gonna buy yourself a mansion, go buy a dialysis center, go buy a rehabilitation center, put something back into the community that's gonna make sense. But a lot of people forget the plot. So for me, if I touch it, I just remind myself not to forget the plot.
Plus, that dialysis center is a necessity.
Especially in our community.
Yeah, so it'll more likely be here long after your mansion.
Well, it's a corporation, and like this shit is definitely a PIMP. So it's like I be hearing a lot of stuff from like Instagram, and it's not no conspiracy. It's like people that's indie coaches, like indie, you know, entrepreneurs and stuff, and they doing very well for themselves as an influencer. And they like, oh yeah, when you getting money like this on your own, like $1 million or $2 million, you making in the million bracket a year, you gonna start getting weird phone calls. People gonna start hitting you up, asking you how they can get involved, but it ain't really like how you think.
Yeah.
Like they want to take control of your.
Yeah, they want to hijack your thing.
Yeah, they want to hijack your
It's
thing.
more parasitic.
Yeah, it's more parasitic than
More
anything.
parasitic.
And I think
They want to
that's
take your
important,
ownership
too.
away.
to have. That's why it's good to have support around you, though.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Like certain people in your life that that's gonna always yank you back if you cross over a line. You know.
Nah, because you can meet people, and if they're slick talking, and they don't mind lying at all,
Right.
you give us, because some people like lie with limits, and then some people they unlimited with their lies.
sell
They
your
like,
world.
Mac 10 with the
totally.
lies.
Yeah, totally. So, and you might be up and coming, and this could look like, oh, is this the next step? Is this the rocket boost? Is this the new fuel for me? And now you're spending on that, and maybe not even checking, is this person able to do what they promised to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? You got to really trust yourself. That's what I've been learning. Like, with all this going on with yourself and other people, organizations, trust yourself.
Yeah.
Trust yourself. You know, if you're unsure, trust yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that way you can come back to at least a foundation of, all right, I don't know what to do, but I'm not going to do what he's saying do and what she's saying do, because more than likely, if you examine it, it might not benefit you as much as you want to. It's more you're hoping it benefits you, and what you're doing might be bigger than theirs.
Yeah, and that's why I said
We've
you gotta
run into
build your
that.
Trust. You gotta build your trust in yourself, because people will try to pull the wool over your eyes
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sell you a dream.
Yeah.
So,
Real fast.
so that's why I'm so just big on trusting myself in every aspect, because I doubt myself. I'm my biggest doubter. So.
yeah, we all do that.
And so I have to tell myself to shut up sometimes and just do what you got to do, and what you came here for. You know what the purpose is. Like
Correct.
you have to constantly remind
Those
yourself
reminders.
of that.
Can I ask you? I know you said you were making music during COVID with like a simple mic and something else.
Our hero Mike.
Was that your first enter into music?
Or, how long have you been recording music and writing?
I've been writing music for a long time, and I would like show my friends, and they would be like, "What are you writing songs for?" So I stopped showing people. I was just like,
Because they wasn't hearing you sing,
Yeah.
so they was like, who you writing songs for?
I don't know. I just like writing songs. Like I used to see my mom. She used to write poems, so I seen her poems, and I was like, let me get I didn't think I'm not good at like the haikus and like the structure. I'm just like, most of all my poems turned into songs, right?
Okay.
And so that's kind of just how it started. And then I just like start coming up with melodies. But I've always been around music in church, like just in the choir, things like that. But for me, my dad opened a studio during COVID. Like my grandmother passed away, and she gave the house over to
Condolences.
the simplest. Thank you.
Condolences.
And my dad and my uncles, they built like a shed in the backyard, and they converted it into a studio. And so all the East Side babies over there was coming to the shed to do music, and so I was just back there.
That's tight.
Right, and listening
Just
to
vibing.
it and vibing, and it just kind of inspired me. So I'm like, look, all these niggas getting there. They talk about, I'm like, I can
Totally.
do this, But I was the only singer, so I'm like, my family think I'm a tree hugger, so I don't like to sing in front of them.
What do you mean your family thinks you're a tree hugger?
Because I'm like, I don't know, because I'd be outside protesting, and I was
she's a hippie.
Yes,
She's
I
looking
was
for revolution.
pescatarian for a while.
Just accept what's going
like,
on,
There was
see?
a lot of things into it. My family was just like the street hugger, like peaceful, Because on that side, it's just really like really affiliated. all that type
No,
thing.
we get you.
Why you say that to me? Hood, what's going on?
Yeah, like it's just like
what that mean?
Like I was telling, I love you. They be so hard, like I ain't back up with that shit. I'm like, damn,
No, for sure.
I love you.
No, we know. We got family like that.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, you trying to break my guard down. I know what that
Yeah.
love shit do.
I'm actually trying to lower your cholesterol, bro. Frowning raises your cholesterol.
Man, you can't
Over
do
there
nothing.
mean mugging.
So, but I always been around music, especially with that. So when COVID happened, I lost a friend too. They committed suicide. So that just put me in
My
a
condolences
real.
on that too.
Yeah, that was all in 1 year. My grandmother, then my friend, and then so
May I ask, male or female?
male.
Wow.
Yeah, depression. So and
Now,
black
depression
men
is real.
specifically,
Yeah,
needs to be talked
depression's
about more.
real, for real.
Yeah, nah, we was just talking about that like last week. Like, don't really know how many black men are just in general. Like, my cousin was dealing with depression, and he told me one day he was thinking about committing suicide, and I was like, dang, bro, like, I would have never thought. You feel me? Because people really don't. I ain't gonna say people, men specifically, we taught not to express ourselves. Especially, like, I feel like within this past, like, 15 years, 20 years, we've been taught, like, don't express yourself.
Yeah.
Suck that shit up.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Nobody
It's no
cares.
safe spaces either for y'all to like really talk about that. Even
Yeah.
with certain women, we've been taught not to look at men with emotions. That's like a turnoff for some people.
Yeah.
They don't want that either, and I think that's just wild because but,
Well, because society is asking for better men, But at the same point, they're saying that if those men don't give a certain image from the past, then they're not those better men.
Yeah.
But then how do you make these new men? If you keep them just like they are and you're complaining, you get what I'm saying? How do we
Yeah.
make the better? We got to examine collectively, how do we make ourselves better? So maybe it's something we do, both men and women.
Yeah, it has
So
to be.
there's a
It's a
practice that we
Yeah,
that
it
we
has
do.
because we need each other.
Oh, we need each other
We
big
need each
time.
other, not on just like a sexual level, just a spiritual, mental level.
Yeah,
Nah, totally.
Yeah, like on every. But I just think
and
we just
raising
need-
each other up. Like we
Exactly.
don't know how much. Like when I talk to some of my homeboys and shit, and they tell me like, "Oh man, I feel like I'm like this because I didn't get like the proper love from my mother, or maybe like they didn't have their mama at all." So it's like you growing up, you become a man. Now you searching for that love from a mother and your woman, and you're not supposed to do that.
You know, and we always talk about daddy issues in women, but you know, it's not talked about the mommy issues in men. Because
Yeah.
I run in contact with a lot of men.
Yeah, mama is.
Mommy issues.
Yeah, mama
I'm
is.
just
For
like,
sure.
I'm not your mom. I'm about to raise you. You know,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
that's
Totally.
not what this is about to be. But that's how they see the women who they love in their life. They want them to fix everything, come in as that
Well, especially if
maternal
she come in
experience.
nurturing and he ain't never felt that type of nurturing before. To him, it's like, oh, this is the type of nurturing I should have got from my mama.
He might not even say that. It might
No, for
go
sure.
off
No-
in him. Just,
yeah, just
like
subconsciously,
I got to have
like,
this.
yeah,
I got to have this.
Yeah,
And the possession come. That was
Yeah.
really a situation where I was
Yeah.
just like, whoa, okay, like. And then when I got the store, I was like, I can sympathize, but I can't stick around. Like,
Yeah.
you know, this is not my fight. I got my own issues to figure out my own father.
Yeah.
Well, see,
You know,
once, but see, it brings it back to what we talked about a few seconds ago. Possibly he could have been a good man, but the way it's been structured, I think through nature, women are looking to automatically feel a certain way about a man. And so if that man, let's say, breaks her thoughts or feelings about him, she might still be cool with him, but now he's put on the reserve bench.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? Whereas the way men are taught to deal with women, but let me put it this way: women date up and men date down. So a man will just see a beautiful woman at McDonald's, and that's what we care about. She's sweet, she's pretty, she makes
treats
me a
me
little
nice.
meal, she treats me nice, and that's it.
Yeah.
But a woman might see all of that same features in a man, but be like, he's
that
at
nigga need to
McDonald's.
make $1 million or
Yeah,
more.
yeah, you
He
feel
got to
me?
have
Yeah.
a nice Camaro.
And I'm not saying any of that is wrong. I'm saying it's just the structure of what we've practiced. So somewhere I think the rubber has, not the rubber, but the balance has to fall in line where men can understand, look, women want to be with a decent person, bro.
Yeah.
She wants to feel proud of being with you. And at the same point, women can say, men have to say, okay, since she wants to be proud of being with me, I don't necessarily have to be a millionaire, but I do want to show, improve, and do
You
better.
got to be a leader.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for, a leader. Like I think the whole conversation like men want women to be submissive, and I think that word is triggering for women too.
Yeah.
It doesn't always be like
People always
yeah,
think
you know,
submissive is like a leash on you, and
Yeah, it's like what's wrong with fixing a plate? Like goddamn, like you know, I don't think that's so big of a deal.
I don't think they should use the word submissive,
Submissive,
though.
you know?
I don't think
Yeah.
that's the right word any longer. I think
Yeah,
it should
nah,
be
it ain't.
like cooperation would be a better word, or
Yeah.
willing.
Yeah, and I think it's a choice that we both
Yeah.
make. But
Yep.
I have to. I'm choosing to follow you as the leader, but I have to believe in this leader. If I don't believe in you, then that's when you're gonna start seeing attitudes, not really caring the disrespect.
So I don't really believe men are supposed to lead women. My theory on this is because women bring us to the planet. That's
Yeah.
not our job. I just
yeah, really, like women be leading us secretly.
Yeah.
Like even like
But that's-
a lot of
that's the
fashion, a lot of
discourse,
culture
though.
goes behind women. Like a lot of the best music I've heard in my life, a woman put me on to it. Whether it be some gangster music, some R&B music, a woman to be bumping that in her car or at her house. And I be, oh, what you listening to? Oh, this whoopty whoop whoop. And I done known a lot of other homies of mine and brothers that then came up on music and just style or anything off a woman.
Yeah, women are powerful. I think again we have to think about the systems, all that good shit, mass incarceration,
Yeah.
how that
colonization.
Yeah, all that, how that made the single black woman so strong. We have to take on these
I
places.
think submissive.
But I don't mind. For me, being raised by a single black woman, seeing how strong she is, I see the need for it, right? I see the need for companionship. Not
Yeah.
really more so it has to be a man or a woman, but just companionship and partnership and community with someone like you're connecting and choosing to grow with and build with. To me, again, that's a choice, though, right? Like
No,
how
no,
you choose
definitely.
to show up in that relationship is
Definitely.
everybody's decision. Like, I don't think we should be still looking at traditions. Like,
No,
oh, I'm going to do
none
how
of
my
that.
grandma did it, how my grandpa. No,
Nah,
we gotta
it never,
figure out
it
for
didn't work.
ourselves.
That's why it fell
Yes, you
apart.
gotta
Figure
figure
out
out
for
what really
ourselves.
worked for your individual household, what worked for you.
I think the crucial thing is having real unconditional love, because normally, and I'm only going to speak from naturally a male perspective, the things that you have been taught as a man are important about a woman really aren't important. More than likely, another man who didn't know anything about women taught you this. You get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
And as you begin to try and actually foster positive relationships with women that don't have to deal with sex.
Yeah.
Because we talk about this on a regular. If I'm chopping up with a cat, I'll be like, hey man, do you like women or do you just like pussy?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference.
Difference.
There's a big difference, and you could tell. I tell people all the time, like, I was like, you are sexually attracted to women, but you do not like women.
Yeah, and that's
You don't-
different.
and
Like mentally and emotionally, nigga,
You
you
don't
ain't
like
fucking
them.
with
Yeah, you don't like them.
You saying if you can't have sex with her, she has no value.
You know, I'm like, that's some like that's people around me. You know, I ain't gonna call them out, but in my family, I'm just like, you don't see the problem with that and that
Yeah.
logic. But then I look at their relationships with their moms, and again, it goes back to it.
The root.
The relationships with their mom. I'm just like,
Exactly.
oh, okay.
I'm telling you. And this is why we be saying like the whole Ponzi scheme is keep the women off balance, and then you got everything else rocking. Like you got complete disorder.
In our community in
Because-
particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
we all
we're
come from
always
a woman.
fighting.
We
We're
can't-
always fighting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we've always been fighting, but at least last 30, 40 years, we just been at each other's throats trying to prove who's more valuable
Yeah.
when both sides need each other.
See, I think it should be changed from submissive to letting go. Because you want to let go with your partner in that bond that you're creating with that, individual. You want to let go into their strengths, because there's certain strengths that women have that men don't have just naturally on a spiritual and physical level, and vice versa for men. So it's about like a woman, not really so much, I guess, like I said, no, let's not use the word submitting, letting go into his strengths. Let him take hold on certain things. And I guarantee you the man's going to do the same thing. The man's going to be like, know what, I'm not really strong in this area. Baby, what you think about this? What you think about this next money move I'm thinking about doing for us? And she might tell you how to do it better.
Oh, most definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Most definitely.
and that's where the
choice,
letting
though.
go
Yeah.
comes in. You really want to let go. And that's the submission, really, what I think it is going
It's
like,
just
what people want.
It's a choice. It's just like, again, our life is full of choices. We
Yeah.
both have to choose each other, and we both have to choose what this is going to look like for us.
Mm-hmm.
For us to,
And you got to be willing to know that shit is going to go bad. I don't mean in the most negative ways, but most of what the colonization is done is made us believe in like forever, ever. These are
It don't-
fairy tale
yeah, it
words.
don't exist.
If ever don't exist in this realm. So when people get married, they literally say forever to death do us part. Well, bro, there's
I
nothing
feel like
that's here
realistically, it don't like. It sounds magical, but like I don't know why people can't get in a relationship. Say realistically, I want to be with you for like 10 years.
I wouldn't want to hear that. I want to be in a relationship with you because you put a due date on my relationship. Absolutely not. So 10 years from now,
But it's always a due date on a
I'm always gonna
relationship.
be- Around year 9, I'm like, look, this nigga starting to act different. Look at not in my head because it might not.
but
be
she
any
telling you the
different.
real.
Yeah.
So that would never fly.
I know it wouldn't.
'cause I would-
I know it
by
wouldn't.
year 9, I'm
it wouldn't
like,
work for
all right,
nobody. But
I'm starting to
like,
see where this is about to go. Because
But see, let me show you what's deep here. From a male perspective, because we're very mechanical, left brain.
it makes sense.
It makes sense that we could do an agreement on 10 years and on year 9 say, is it working?
Yeah, for sure. Be like, all right, let's do another 10.
But because they're emotional beings, she keeps thinking about how
Is
there's
this nigga
no
prepping to leave me?
Well, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
She's thinking the next 9 is a prep to leave, whereas the man's not doing a prep to leave. If he been here 9 years with you, he here with you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because men,
That's not what I heard, and that's not.
but that's not what she heard though.
You know,
Yeah.
and
So-
it makes, I'm just like, oh, so at this point, I can't get emotionally invested. And if I do, year 9, I gotta stop. I gotta start pulling my feelings back. I can't do it. That's no. Even if your head, like, we can renegotiate in 10 years. In my head, I'm just hearing that you don't really want to be with me. Because
Yeah. But this is deep. I'm glad we had this
I want
conversation.
to be because I was taught love is forever too.
yeah,
you know?
love is.
Shit, I
real.
mean,
You know, and
Love
I was
is
so
taught
to
the
me,
same thing
it
too,
doesn't
watching
have
the
a
Cinderella
deadline.
movies. And
Yeah, it doesn't
all
have
that.
a due date, like, even past death. Sometimes it's just like, because I've seen it where some women just didn't marry again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Shit, looking,
Totally.
I be kind of sketchy on it, but look at Lauren London. I ain't seen her with no other dude since Nipsey Hussle passed away.
And even if she did,
I ain't judging. I believe
That
you
was-
should love somebody else. Like, to me, it's insane to be like, I'm never having sex or loving anyone.
But see, she might have sex and still, because she's a woman. We have our bodily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
needs.
Everybody got needs. Like,
But
to deny that shit, I
the
feel like, yo,
love
lover
and
that passed away wouldn't even
relationship
want that.
Yeah, and then to be in love again, that's a big toll, especially real love. If we talk about the unconditional love that we talk about, that's not something that you can just forget, like, and find something else in somebody else. That's
Well,
not.
the unconditional
Nah, you
love
can't
is room to
you
grow.
can't do
you
that.
can't do,
Nah,
you
it
can't
doesn't.
you can't.
Why you can never
unconditional-
forget it is because the person gave you room to grow. Unconditional love is literally like, can't nothing nothing this person could do could go wrong for me. Like, I love this person no matter what. That's unconditional
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
Like,
And
But that means you're not trying to get anything from them.
Totally.
It means you show up to assist.
yeah.
And if they want to give back, you're open to receiving.
Yeah.
But you don't come with the aim of, I'm going to get from you.
Yeah, I'm going to
There's no
get this
intention.
love.
Yeah,
I'm going to
it-
get this attention.
It's pure. It's just pure. Like, I just want
wanna
to
just
be
be
around
here.
you.
I
and
enjoy
wanna
your
build you
company.
up, and I want us to do something.
And I want
us
the
to
best for
evolve,
you,
know.
yeah.
And I think if a lot of people don't have that though,
Nah.
or they haven't seen it, like.
Well, you have it. You definitely, I can feel your romance. I like that.
I've seen it in my grandparents. And that when we say it's not perfect and stuff like that, my grandparents were like married for like 60 years, and it wasn't perfect.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had his things, she had her things.
Yeah.
They were very honest about it, but they loved each other. Push come to shove, that it
That's what I
wasn't.
tell
It wasn't.
everybody.
It wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And they always worked on things. From what I can see, obviously I was a child at that time, but even the stories that I hear, they loved each other. And they was unconditional to the point where. He lost his job. She was going to get other stuff. She had to figure it out. They was living in different apartments just to make sure, she go over here to make sure he's fed so he can go to work, or, doing what she has to do just to maintain the family, and him doing that vice versa. When she was down, when she was sick.
That's what it's really about.
And that's what it's about. It's always a choice. And that's why I say it's always about, you have to choose. Even in the moments y'all don't like each other, you have to
Yes.
choose each other, So to me, that's what real love is, and support. And I think for me, unconditional love, I only felt it from my mom,
Yeah.
I do anything. And,
That's real.
and
That's real.
So I know what it looks like, and I know what it feels like on, like, seeing it from my grandparents and then feeling it from my mom, what unconditional love looks like, that I know I'm not settling for something that's less than that. Like,
Yeah.
And truly, unconditional love, you got to give it to yourself first.
Yeah.
And once you start loving yourself unconditionally, then you have room to love other people. That way, because then what happens is you loving somebody, but the way the system teaches you is to love them as long as they do what the agreement is.
Yeah.
But if
That's
they
not
don't,
reality.
but if they don't never break the agreement on whatever level they break it on, no new experience, no new information can come. Y'all become to be in a loop where y'all just passing through time in safety,
yeah.
but nothing real is happening.
Yeah.
It's just routine. You get what I'm saying? So if you really trying to pass through this and really have an experience while you on the plane, you want some shit to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go encourage it,
But
but
that, I feel like those situations, like people be thinking, like how you were saying, like our grandparents' generation, like their relationships so perfect, but it wasn't. Like grandma definitely might have had sex with the mailman or the milkman. Grandpa might have definitely had sex with Miss Parker down the street, the neighbor or something. But their relationship was so strong, they trust with each other was so strong that they said, "Know what? I forgive you, and I still want to be with you and keep the structure that we have together. Like what we build is greater than what we do."
well,
What we build, what we have is greater than our experiences.
Nah,
And I feel
totally.
like that's what you have to say
Yeah,
is
nah, totally.
in unconditional love, whether you a man, you loving another man, or a woman loving a man loving a woman, you have to say that. Or is my love for this person greater than the experiences that they gonna have?
Yeah.
yeah, because
that's what
all
unconditional
experiences
love
can't
is.
include you.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't. So
They can't. It's insane.
Yeah,
Because they're individual. Everyone
shouldn't
came down
want
here.
that either.
No, you
Nah,
shouldn't.
you
Because
shouldn't.
that's
You
when
want
things
them to
become
grow.
demonic and it's possessive.
Yeah, and you should want them to grow, even if you feel like they might. And I think some people, that's what they do to their partners. They bring their partners back because they realize their partners are outgrowing them in a way. But
Yeah.
it's like you shouldn't even look at it like that, because you should trust in your partner. Once they get there, they're going to bring you where they are, or show you how to get to the space that you're supposed to be at, so that y'all can continue to be equals. It's not going to always be 50-50. And I don't
Nah,
want that
it's not
either,
possible.
too.
It's not
It's
possible.
not going to always be that, and I don't think it ever is like that.
The emotional investment should be 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
But monetary, sometimes things slide up and down.
Even just you
Yeah.
as a person, like mentally, you may not be at 100. So
Nah,
how
totally.
can I give you anything where I'm not even at myself? And as in a relationship, I have to respect that. I have to honor that. I have to be like, all right, I can't expect all of this from you right now because you're just not at the capacity to give me that.
Yeah.
But what I do need is just know that you still love me and we still in this together and then we can figure this out.
Yeah, and then what if they were never trained? I wouldn't train for a gang of shit in this world. Especially dealing with relationships, women, children, finances. No regrets. You know, I've figured out a lot of stuff, but a lot of people aren't trained for this. A lot of people, the initial feelings of being in love with someone are very magnetizing.
Oh yeah.
So for that first, what they call a honeymoon period, I think it's 6 months to 2 years, somewhere in there. So for that first 6 months to 2 years, the person can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you all love everything about each other. Let's go get a bite to eat. Let's go walk in and drink some water. Let's chew some gum together. You give
No, it's anything.
It's anything
Because you
because
love being around each other present.
of
Yeah.
that magnetism is very strong. But as time comes in, circumstances, the real reality, the honeymoon period disappears. And if that was the only energy that was there, then one of the two people are going to start feeling like I'm being neglected. Something changed, and really nothing changed. It's just that level of energy can't be maintained, or eventually you won't feel love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in other words, if you felt this powerful magnetism for the next, let's say, 7 years, then around year 8 you wouldn't feel nothing
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it would become
It's
so
the whole
commonplace.
reason- Yeah, it's the whole reason why I gotta dissipate, so you can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the same reason why you appreciate the sun coming up every morning, because you like it's gonna dip, it's gonna come back.
Yeah, totally. You need that ebb and flow.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But where love is concerned, we're taught if that ebb and flow comes from our lover making the mistake, or I don't like the word mistakes, an experience, then we're supposed to get all
Hung up 'cause we
insecure.
wasn't part of that experience.
Yeah.
We supposed to get in their ass. We instead of saying, you know what, this is my friend and my lover, what are they going through? Instead, we like, what are you taking from me?
Yeah.
You broke the rules, motherfucker.
You
What did
taking my
do?
love and giving it away to someone else.
You
But I
know,
don't think people have conversations anymore.
Sure,
no one
definitely
wants to
not.
sit down and talk because they
About real shit.
about real stuff and like you
About
have
real
to think,
values.
like I know I just had a conversation similar like that a couple of days ago and I was just like I know my feelings about to be hurt, you know, and I have to be okay because I want to hear this truth. We got to get through it, and I might hurt your feelings, you know, and it's never that's not my intentions. I'm just sharing my truth, but how I feeling because I've been holding it, it may come out a little different. I think that's I have to be honest. I'm like severely honest, you know, to a fault when I'm telling people I'm about to tell you how I feel right now, but I may get a little heated, a little passionate, but I do love you and I'm coming from a good place. I just need to get this out and then we can backtrack and I can apologize, but it's going to come out right now.
Yeah, in
And
order
I'm
to get
gonna
it out,
give
you gotta
the
get it
same
out.
Space
Yeah.
to do the same to me, right? But again, people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear anything about themselves. Like they are in fault, you know. Like I used to hate that. Like don't tell me I'm wrong.
Well, you don't have a right to tell anyone they're wrong. You can only approach someone and say, "Well, look, this is what I experienced. Is this what really was happening?" Because sometimes I've assumed something, and then when I get the courage to chop it up with the person, some of what I thought was real, and then some of it I just assumed.
Yeah.
So half of this shit I'm right about, but half of it I'm wrong about. Now, what am I going to do normally? I'm going to probably discount the part I'm wrong about and only focus in on what I was
Right
right
about.
about. You get what I'm saying? And just be an asshole about it. Not even be like, ooh, you know what, bro?
We equify winning with like, feel me? I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm right with winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it turns into a competition.
Yeah, and I
When
don't like being,
everything-
I just hate being. I think it's a flaw. I just mean I don't like being wrong, but I know I'm like ugh,
What do you mean you don't like being wrong?
I don't like being wrong. I'm a
I used to
know-it-all.
have that flaw. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
like being a know-it-all, and I like being the, like feel like I'm. This
But that's
first
good that
person
you can
in the
admit
room,
that.
you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But I know that's where it is.
Yeah, at least you could admit it, though.
And I know, so sometimes I have to like get in my head like, girl, shut up, like yeah,
I got
you
you.
know what I'm saying? Because I would like I'll go on a defense when it's not necessary.
I got you.
When I'm like oh, this person just telling you what how they experienced you. You know, don't take that into offense. Like, you know, just listen to.
Yeah, it's
what
not
they're
truth.
saying.
It's just their
It's their
experience.
experience, and I have to. That's why I have to always tell
Mm-hmm.
myself. Cause I'm just like, that's not at all what I said to you. I don't know how the hell you
Yeah,
took
yeah,
it like
yeah.
that.
Oh, God.
You know, like, and I'm just like, wait, but maybe that's how they took it. You know, because for a long time I was hearing I was condescending. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
hell, I'm the most nicest person in the world. How the hell can you say I'm condescending?
Yeah.
And then I had to, because most people were saying, I'm just like, maybe you are. You know, and I had to see
Yeah.
what I was saying.
Or
to people.
you could be doing it unintentionally.
I was.
You know, like you did, like in your mind, you're delivering this message, but to other people, they're like, nah, that ain't how. That's not what I'm
Yeah,
getting
and I
from
had
that.
to. That's why I had to switch, and I had to be very intentional how I was saying things and what I
Mm-hmm.
was saying, right? Because that's all important. But I think that's why I started really getting into music, because I didn't know how to talk to people
I got you.
outright. You know,
Nah, I feel you.
like I can only like I had to write it down, process it, think about it, and then really explain to myself, and then bring it to them after I done wrote a whole song about how I was feeling. And like now I didn't have this in therapy with myself, because writing music is just therapy. You know,
Nah,
I didn't
it
have this
is.
therapy with myself. Now I can come to you and really have like a clear mind and a conversation about further steps, because again I just love to be in love, right? So I like people who are gonna be in my circle to know that I love them dearly, right? Like my friends, I wouldn't say I unconditionally love my friends, but I love them down, right? And I just have to be on date with them. If they can do things that I'd be like, you're done, you know. But I love them dearly, and I know that they support me like tenfold. But we have honest conversations, and those people are allowed to be really, really honest with me, because I trust their perspective.
Correct. It's not an attack.
It's not an attack, and I never take it like that from them, because I'm like, I know you love me, and I know you just want to see me do better, and they have no problem with telling me, Zanaya, you rude, like you being rude, and you coming off like an asshole, and I don't see how people will like you. You know, I've been told that. I'm like, that's fair. So college was a very good 4 years for me to learn who I was. And
Nah, I feel
Where'd you go to school at?
I went to school in New Jersey. I went
Nice.
to school
That's
at
tight.
Rowan University. So I was really away from everything
Yeah,
in LA,
totally.
everybody that I
That's dope.
knew.
You didn't mind the weather?
I love the cold.
Wow.
I love being cold.
just because there's so much LA, so much sun all the time, it's good to switch it up.
Yes, I just love the cold, but I've always loved the cold.
Would you
That's
go
your
back?
first time seeing like snow and being in like a.
I would go
State.
back, and I've been to snow like Big Bear before, but it was controlled snow.
Yeah, it's
I was
controlled
That's
snow.
controlled.
That's
So you're
controlled
never
snow.
From
gonna
being
see-
somewhere
yeah.
where it's like random, that's what they
The
get. 'cause
first
it's
year I
seasonal.
had it's a snowstorm, so but I was excited. Everybody was still inside. I put my snow boots on. I put my thermal.
You was like, this the shit I
pants,
saw on Recess, the
yeah.
cartoon, and nigga, no school day.
I'm like, this is what I needed. You know,
Yeah.
going outside. It was freezing, but I loved the
I've been on that
experience,
part of
you
the
know?
country. Even when it's cold, it's cold.
It's
really
cold,
cold.
but I love the cold. I prefer being cold.
And you a California native, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Oh, you definitely a different person.
I love the cold.
Because most Cali people go to New York, Cleveland, Detroit, only to visit and come back. They
And
can't
that's
take the
why I told
weather.
my mom. Because I was in college, she wouldn't give me money because a big good coat is like $150, $200.
Definitely.
Right. So I'm like, I'm in college, I ain't got no money like that. I mean, I do, but like not for that, you know. So I'm like, okay, you just come give me. You can give me some money so I can give me a jacket. And she's like, you don't need no jacket, just wear your sweaters. I'm like, this sweaters in
No.
LA
No.
is not gonna fit. She thinking I can wear like a crew neck.
Yeah,
and,
no, it's
and
not.
It's not the same.
I'm like,
It's not the
it's
same
not the
build.
Type of
So
cold.
I invited her during like when it was gonna be really, really cold, so she can
see.
experience
Man,
it. So I had her. She was like, "Oh shit, this is cold."
Yeah,
I'm like, "This is
for
why I need a
real.
jacket." Bought a jacket that day. So I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I was trying to tell you. You was trying to kill me out here." You
Hey, I
know?
took my winter jacket from here to Cleveland because I got family in Cleveland. And I had to buy a jacket in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because the winter jacket from Cali, though, it felt puffy and it was not the same make. They make their shit different out there. The thermals was twice as thick than the ones I brought from Los Angeles. So it's different on that part of the
It's just
country.
different,
that's
but I
sick.
loved it. I loved New Jersey, and a lot of my music is influenced by that. Like
Nice.
That's
a
bomb.
lot of my like recent music I put out, like Homegirl, Love of Your Life. Like I do like all R&B, so I do like a lot of. It's like a fusion of like pop, R&B, and funk, house
Ooh,
music.
yeah, I
right?
love funk
So-
and
We're gonna,
house
we gonna
music.
listen to some of your music tonight on Mushrooms.
Yeah, so like the ones with hearts, that's the ones that I'm like, let's have a good time, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, Jersey influenced me a lot. In the time I was starting to really get into writing, really get into, because we had a music department at schools. We had a music room, so I would go in there and just like sing and have my laptop and go on YouTube and find some beats, and because we had all that there, it was free. So I'm like, why not use it? Why not try?
Correct.
And so that New Jersey just really influenced me. I only been to 2 parties out there. I don't drink. Only got drunk twice in my life. And
No,
2
feel
times
you.
when I was at a party. But in those 2 times, it influenced me a lot. Like the music, the vibe, and just having a good time. Like, this is what I want my music to feel like. You know, like a good time. I like music that's a little confusing. Like, it sounds like it's a good time, but when you listen to the words, it's like a really sad song.
Yeah.
Like,
You
it's
sound like
kinda-
our other guest, like Xavier,
yeah.
we had on the show. He's like, I like making my music like that, like,
yeah.
because his music sounds like that, literally. Like he's rapping in what's the language called in the Philippines? Like,
Tagala, I think. Tagala.
he's rapping in Tagalog,
Mm.
but like, you know, we Americans, so we can't understand nothing he's saying. But as you hearing him rapping, it sounds like he's rapping about something exciting, but he's really rapping about drug addiction.
Yeah. I think it's like I think when you've been through some stuff, it's just like, yeah, it's sad, but I still want to have a good time, you know?
No, I think I feel that exact
But
same way
believe it or
making
not,
my
everyone
music.
can't do that either, though.
But I
Because
feel
you're
like as
actually giving a
artists-
good song and a message.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, in especially today, you don't get a lot of messages because maybe they can't be delivered well and still entertain. They might be too preachy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You know what it
sometimes
is?
some message music can be a little corny. And just
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It's,
too on the nose.
yeah, yeah, totally.
like, I know I'm worthy. I'm the queen. Like, shut up. I don't want to hear this. Like, this is not inspiring me at all.
No, totally.
It's too braggadocious.
Yeah, it's like, let's chill. But yeah.
Because that's a hard balance. It's a hard
Yeah.
balance to say I'm going to write something that's entertaining, but I'm also like Swimming Pools. Kendrick Swimming Pools is a song like that.
Yeah.
It was about my 10th listen. I said, bro, he talking about alcohol problems.
His family
Yeah.
addiction.
Yeah, I was like, because I just kept, thinking about the liquor ads and dancing in
Yeah.
the club. And when they say, hey, bro, he's actually sharing some real shit.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm
real,
saying?
from his soul. Like, he bringing
Yeah.
out some shit with his
Yeah.
family.
I think to me, it's just like once you get people in like with the beats, like, right, and then they start. I think that's what people hear first is the music,
Nah,
the
for sure.
production, the
Definitely.
beats. That's what they hear first, and then after, like you said, like a 10th level, like, hold on, let me actually get into the lyrics about what they saying. Like that song, "Pumped Up Kids." You know, everybody thought it was such a good song. And it's like about like a school mass shooting or something like
Correct.
that. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
everybody was singing. I wish that I can. You know, like it's just like, oh my god, like we don't even know what we singing to.
Because the hooks, like, I get kind of hooks.
music.
I
Yeah,
get
the hook
kind
is
of
fun.
hooks.
If you can make a hook fun, you can make anything sell.
And that's why I like making fun but serious, somewhat music.
Yeah, sneaking in on them.
Yeah, like
gotta sneak the
Solange
seriousness
lost.
on
What's it said? Lost in You, Lost You, something like that. But that's like a perfect song of like, Losing You. There we go, Losing You. One of my favorite songs. I can't remember how to, but that's one of my favorite songs about Solange because the first song I was like, wait, that's kind of sad, but it's kind of kind of good.
Yeah.
Or like that one Selena song, maybe because it was in Spanish, it confused me. But it's the Como La Flor. I thought that was like such a nice, pretty song, and I just
Yeah.
realized she was saying like her love is dying like a flower, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't even. This is a different type of song than what I thought the lyrics were.
Correct.
You know, so that's how again, that's how.
Especially
powerful
too,
music
if like
is.
you said, the beats are good and it's got you kind of moving in a certain rhythm. But maybe that's the sauce, y'all. Maybe that's the recipe.
Yeah, and the second, like another time I spent there, I was at Juice World, R.I.P. to him, you know. But one of his last concerts he did at Made in America in Philadelphia, I was there, and I remember like I never really was like a big listener to him. When I was in the crowd, it was like the beat was, but I'm like listening. I'm a lyrics person. I write songs, so the first thing I hear, everybody hear the music, I hear lyrics.
No, me too. I listen.
You know,
I
I listen to lyrics. I go
first.
to lyrics. They don't have lyrics. I'm like trying to really pay attention to what they saying. But I'm listening to lyrics, and he talking about overdosing and drugs and being sad, and I'm just like, but everybody just like having fun singing
Yeah, 'cause
his
the beat
songs.
sound good.
And I'm just like, and I turned to my friend because I'm like, is nobody listening to his music? He is making me sad.
Yeah.
Like his music is making me sad, and I was like, he sound like he need a hug. And then,
Yeah.
you know, and when I was listening to his music, I'm
Facts.
just like, everybody's dancing to it. I'm just like, this is not the
Dancing to his
vibe.
suffering,
But that
dancing
could-
to his pain.
But
and
that could be
shit.
the 85%. Because
Yeah.
85% of the
Blind,
public
deaf, and dumb.
is like blind, deaf, and dumb. Not negatively, just saying that.
just how they
that's-
condition people's
yeah.
brains to be just comfortable.
Yeah, but I was just like, that is so sad. And that was one of his last concerts before he overdosed. And I was just like, I don't know. For me, I just felt that energy. I was
And then
like,
some people say
so
he's still
sad.
alive, that he
There's some
faked his death.
conspiracies.
I was like, man, this shit is
That
crazy.
extinction too. Like they be saying a lot of them
But
dudes.
even him,
Because
that
he
whole
predicted
era
this
is
shit.
just-
Juice WRLD said he was like, I'm just gonna come in the game for like 7 years and I'm gonna die. And I'm like, who says
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like
But
that?
people
Like
who-
it
I
didn't
feel
really
like-
die.
That's why some people say he really didn't die because
Yeah,
he
like,
made that announcement.
That's how I low-key kind of feel about Nipsey. Because I be like, why Lauren London they moved on yet? Or at least like you said, she not showing it to us, like who she's moved on with, like, feel me? Because it ain't really none of our business, but I be feeling like even some of his family members, like they don't look that distraught. Like,
Well, they can't be to y'all, like to the public, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It might, and it might be
I mean, why
something
not,
that's-
nigga? That's your nigga. That was your son. That was your brother.
But
like,
they might not
it's-
want to keep rehashing it.
Yeah,
Like, in other
I don't
words,
want to keep going through.
yeah, like it might be a daily pain that's there,
You never forget it.
and but they don't want to share it publicly no more. Like they did that already, and
I mean, they
'Cause
are
the
sharing it
world
public. Like
moves
people make a Nipsey Hussle post every year on his birthday now.
but that's a different
became
part of it.
legend,
That's
yeah.
on them. That's a different part of it.
That,
It's
they know
not that.
him as Nipsey Hussle, and they know.
But I'm saying
him
even
as
his
the real
family
person.
members though still post it. I'd be feeling like, oh no. Like he could have easily did some Tupac shit too.
But he
That
let-
Everybody
nigga
think
off
he's
living.
still alive.
Yeah,
He
totally.
living in
Well,
on
yeah,
the islands and
it's
shit.
a, you know, that's
He
okay.
running shit from the
It's
background
a
from the
blessing to
curtains.
die, you know, in some ways. Like
No,
it's
oh
another-
no, it
it's
absolutely
another
is.
step
That
in
means you
life.
did your purpose.
Yeah, you did your
It's
purpose.
time for you to check out.
He left such great legacy.
Legacy, and
No,
I
he
think
did.
that's what he wanted. We wanted to live on, but he's
Yeah.
gonna live on. He's living past his music.
Yeah.
His inspiration is living. I got his tattoo. I was in New Jersey when I got my hustle tattoo. I
That's
got
tight.
the news. I was like, I need it. Yeah, I don't know.
Regardless if you're alive or not, Hustle, we love you and appreciate
Yeah.
the legacy that you left behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good blueprint for everyone to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't get powerful beings like that often.
I mean, when you
You
do,
know.
it'd
He
be
didn't
like
forget the
some.
plot, and that's one of the people that was like, he didn't forget the plot about.
Yeah,
going back to
no,
his
not for
neighborhood,
real.
he
and
didn't.
up his neighborhood like he said he was. Gonna
Yeah,
do.
totally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he
that's
was-
why there's so much respect for him, because he did what he said he was going to do.
Nah, totally.
Unlike other rappers
Yeah, they
who want to do it when they 50, 60 years
Yeah.
old.
But to
you
get more
know.
publicity,
Yeah.
this can help me again.
As the
When they
career's
get
dying.
they charities running, they nonprofit, now they need that tax credit cut. Like now they want to come back to their communities. You know,
Yeah.
it has to benefit them in some way.
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah, he never
when they
left
wanna
the hood.
appear more gangster or something like, oh yeah, I'm helping the hood. You know, I ain't never left. Like,
yeah, they real good for Thanksgiving, back to school sometimes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes Christmas. You know, a good turkey. A
Yeah, I was gonna say a
backpack.
good turkey or ham.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
that time, and then it's like, all right, y'all niggas got it the rest of the year. You know,
Yeah.
like y'all got it. You know, then it's like, dang, we still got to eat. You
Yeah,
know,
totally. The rest of the year, huh?
the rest
1
of
month.
y'all got it, but you know,
I feel
Thanksgiving I
like
got y'all.
we should have more of those. Like, yeah, we focus on like the holidays and whatnot, but it should be like more resource centers where people can just come through and vibe, like get resources as far as, I mean, I want to learn how to record music, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to learn how to film, or feel me, I want to learn how to do sewing. I'm into fashion, like.
It just needs
So
to be a
it's so
place
many
where we all can
things.
see where these resources are, like a
Nah,
mass
totally.
blacklist where we can all go to.
We're gonna create it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're
that's
gonna
why we're
create it.
talking about it.
That's what we. Yeah.
We the only ones that can create it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
White
you're
folks
gonna
ain't gonna
write a
create that
song, sing it, and then it manifests.
Right.
Yeah,
Not for
No,
real. I'm
sure.
not. I
No,
ain't,
we ain't even
yeah, I
playing
ain't-
on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah. She think this a joke. She
Yeah.
think this a joke. She don't know.
That's why she laughing.
Yeah, she think this a
She
joke.
think this shit a joke.
She think this a joke. This ain't no
I
joke.
probably will. So, yeah, let's see.
Well, you already told us you did it. You wound up in the sneaky link, but
Oh my God, yeah.
you could just as easily write a song that put you on a yacht.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, to rewind that, like rehash. I remember like myself being younger, like literally putting myself in crazy situations as an artist so I can have shit to write about.
Really, you know,
Like doing the opposite of what you did, like creating the experience. Like, man, you know what? I'm finna go do this crazy shit real quick, and then now I can talk about it and rap about it. It's true to me because I
Summer
really
Walker
did it.
Does that?
Feel me?
You said who?
Summer Walker.
Oh, for real?
So I feel like she picks these trash men on purpose, just so she can have something to write about. It has to be something behind it. Like you're not gonna get
Hey, you never know.
a
Like,
tattoo with
but
somebody who you met,
never
like-
know. It could be because that's how like nutty we are as artists. Sometimes we'll try all different type of shit that most people wouldn't try because we're very experimental with life. And that's what I was gonna say earlier. I think that we find that coastline, that smoothness in it because I feel like artists we can see like the beauty in the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah, that's real.
when we go through these terrible, what people would call terrible experiences and write about it, like we can connect and make a song about it for other people to relate to it. Because we like, man, though that was painful and I went through that, I actually got some lessons out of that. There's some beauty in it too.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's the whole reason why you create a song from it. Because you saw some value in that, that experience.
Yeah, and that's my thing. But even in manifesting, it's just a big thing. You just gotta. I don't know. Honestly, when I write a song, I listen to the music first, and the words come to me.
Yeah.
And then I just go from there. I don't even write things down until the song's done,
Mm-hmm.
or I have like I record it and I just keep it recording because I found like writing. I started off just pen paper, writing stuff down. And I was like, it didn't feel authentic because I had to think too much about what was coming next. So now I just put the music on. I just hit record and I just sing whatever needs to come out and whatever I feel. And sometimes I don't even realize when I'm feeling like the most. I'm writing a song about what I'm feeling, but that's not my intentions when I start writing.
Yeah.
I don't want to write about what I'm actually going through. I'm trying to escape that, but it come out that way anyway. So this is just my therapy. This is what I trained myself to do.
Oh God.
Have you
Even-
found? Go ahead.
No, you good.
Have you found sometimes that because I do something similar, what I find is that, like, the emotions and things I wanted to come out came out, but in a better way. Like at first they were jumbled. Like it was like a crowd. Nothing could get out my mouth or get out the pen. And then as I started just playing around, maybe I made some hooks that don't even make sense, goofy shit. You know, just being goofy, making stuff rhyme just because it rhymes, not necessarily because it makes sense. And the next thing you know, it seems like that little pre-workout all of a sudden has me open to talk and laugh, and now I can get at what I really wanted to get at.
Yeah, that's why I press record, because I never know
What you gonna say?
But that's I do. I don't know. That's why I say I do write my songs like that. You know, like I it's my journal, and I don't intend for it to be writing about what I'm talking about or what I'm going through. It just come out that way because that's just what I have in my heart.
I feel you.
Good.
Where can people find your incense?
They can find it at thegaslab.com.
Gaslab.com.
And then
Gas Lab.
they're actually in 2 locations. So I do wholesale only. So you can find them in 2 locations: Nito's gas station on Fig and what street is that? 111th.
Okay.
And then on 108th and Hoover at Lee's Market. And so I'm looking into other places to put them in as well.
Oh, you'll get there.
Nah, you
you already got 2. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
For real, that's dope.
So go
That's
support,
bomb.
get them. You know, if you see me, I always got my instance on me, so I can, sell them or whatever. But I like people to go to the stores, get the business
Yeah,
going,
start
tracking
getting.
and
Yeah,
going
no,
in there.
for sure.
Yeah, and take it out your
Condition to
hands.
do
That
that.
way,
Exactly.
that the places you're already distributing through,
They selling.
they selling them.
You just going to go pick up the bag.
Exactly.
Totally.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know,
Just go pick up the bag. Like
Too much stuff going on. I don't need to be the instant
Yeah.
lady on. On the
Very impressive.
that's
Very
what me and him
impressive.
working on right now is to get our brand, like, feel me, more into the stores. Like I have a brand that also goes along with this. You know.
Yeah, all I did was I started cold calling.
Yeah.
And I just walked in. I was like, "Can y'all do this?" And I was like, "Can y'all do this?" And if not, I'll just leave them here and then come back and see how much sold.
Correct.
Or I can sell it wholesale, like $60.
Yeah.
That's the whole box is like $60, right? And you can make $100 at least from that, or
See,
double
dang.
your money for $120, right? From selling incense. So
That's
I give
bomb.
people that option
See?
too. Like if you want to, so I tell people you want to become a seller, I sell them to you.
I feel you.
Buy $60, you get $100 at least and $120 at most, right? So that's all yours. I just
Yeah.
need $60 from you.
Yeah.
Whatever you make, because basically I want to be like the incense lady with my
Yeah.
incense.
No, that makes
With
sense.
Avon,
For sure,
like,
like
with my
they
instance.
can re-up though. They can do their own thing. Like they got options. Like you can re-up for me and get full utilization out of all the
And it's a win-win.
assortment of scents.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, nah, it is.
Because they're able to come in at low cost and then flip the money, and it's no pressure. Because normally you got to come in at higher cost and then think about how soon will I get this going, and then that puts pressure on you, and now your decisions are changed.
Nah,
Yeah.
totally. Is there any final shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to myself. No, I'm just like,
Nah, for
Nah,
real,
for sure.
for sure.
Hey, you got
for
yourself
sure.
this
yeah,
far.
for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm always gonna shout out to myself. Senso, available on all streaming platforms. Instagram at
that.
Sin SINN_SOL. And I have my website Sinso.com where I'm selling those hoodies and other things that look like that. So my heart
to death.
series, if you like the eyes, creepy looking things, that's me. So shout out to me. Also, shout out to my friend Rashard. His name is Shardy. He does music. I'm always going to shout him out.
Shout out Shorty.
Yeah, shout out Shardy. Start putting your shit out.
Definitely. Come on,
We ready
feature.
for your music to come out.
feature,
Come on,
man.
feature.
Yeah, we got music that we working together.
Yeah.
It's like a whole, again, I got all these alarms. A whole house music Jersey type
Ooh,
project that we've been working on
Yeah.
for years. So
That's bomb.
yeah, I'm
I
excited.
like
for
house.
that.
I used to rave, house music, all of that.
Oh, see, so
Yeah.
yeah, you'll like some of my new
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that's coming out in
We
December.
gonna love it.
So yeah, I got 3 projects coming out in December.
And this song coming out, tell them again when?
September 9th. Yep.
Feeling-
Well, no, September 1st, my ass. September 1st. Yes, September 1st. Sunday.
that.
This
First.
Sunday.
It's
This
the first of the month. Wake up, and
Wake-
go listen to that Senso
Senso.
and wake your game up.
Yes. And yeah, so go stream that. Available on all streaming platforms. Visit thegaslab.com. Visit senso.com. Go follow me. Stream my music. DM me. I'm just like, you can. I mean,
Yeah, hit her up.
Yeah.
Get in contact. You might want to get her on your podcast. You might want to buy some products from her.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to holler at.
Need a
that
writer?
about. Yeah.
I can hook you up. I got some up
She
in
do
here.
that.
Okay. For a little price, but it's in here.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe to the channel.
And don't forget,
You saw her first on Featured. Peace and love, Michael.
peace and love, Kush Tucker.
Let's go. I'm blowing chronic smoke in the wind. Going places you've never been, accumulating dividends. Mostly.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention and your subscriptions. If you have a business or a service you would like to promote, or if you don't have one, you just want to come on the show and talk and be a guest on Featured, please DM us at featured_guests on Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. Peace and love.